The Watcher in the Trees. My parents were wonderful, the kind who understood that weekend nights felt different when you were young. They'd let me camp out in the living room because my sister was such a light sleeper, and I could stay up as late as I wanted. Of course, I never made it until dawn. Nick at night always won, lulling me to sleep on the couch somewhere between I Love Lucy and The Dick Van Dyke Show. That particular night started like any other. I drifted off to the glow of the television, wrapped in blankets on our worn sofa. But something woke me. Not a sound, but a feeling. A prickling awareness that crawled up my spine and forced my eyes open. Before I fully understood what I was doing, I'd bolted upright, my gaze drawn inexplicably to the front window. We lived deep in rural Georgia, surrounded by an ocean of trees that seemed to stretch endlessly in every direction. The moon was full that night, casting everything in silver light. And there, in that perfect illumination, I saw it, a silhouette. Someone was standing in the tree outside our window. The family dog must have sensed it too. She came tearing across the room and threw herself at the glass, snarling with a ferocity I'd never heard from her before. I ran. My feet barely touched the floor as I burst into my parents' bedroom, words tumbling out in a panicked rush about the stranger outside. Dad didn't hesitate. He grabbed something, a bat maybe, or a heavy flashlight, and charged outside with the dogs at his heels, ready to chase off whoever had dared to lurk around our home. I stayed behind, trembling in Mama's arms, listening to the sounds of Dad's search outside. When he finally came back in, he looked tired and concerned but shook his head. He'd seen no one. "Just go to bed," he said gently. I couldn't go back to the living room. Instead, I crept into my regular bedroom, the one I shared with my sister. I whispered the whole terrifying story to her in the darkness, while Dad made his rounds through the house, coffee cup in hand, checking and rechecking every window and door. Eventually, the house fell still. I finally began to relax, thinking maybe, just maybe, I could sleep. Then I saw him again. He was right outside my bedroom window this time. In the moonlight, I could make out his figure clearly, and as our eyes met through the glass, he raised one finger to his lips. "Shush." Then he turned and ran. Not into the trees, not to hide, but in a straight line away from the house, as if he'd accomplished exactly what he came to do. I couldn't stop crying. The tears came in waves and I sobbed for what felt like hours, unable to shake the image of that figure, that gesture, that silent warning that he'd seen me seeing him,